this whole experience count, right? This is one bag, another bag. Okay. Greetings. So, you know what? I decided all of this drama and foolishness going on, why not make it count for something? So, yes, I'm going to bring folks and share my little humble garden. And right now what I'm doing is I'm transferring some black dirt. So I have some really good black soil here, right? So I'm transferring some dirt. So here in areas where you don't have a lot of space, and I didn't have a lot of space when I was in the city either, and I grew on a fire escape. Not that I'm telling anybody to go on a fire escape legally, I can't do that. But I just want folks to say these are inexpensive sacks that you can grow, and you can probably get these for 50 cents. And these are big bags of dirt. So I have a really, really small area, and right now I'm going to be planting some sunflowers, some okra, some sesame seeds, and what was the other thing? And some groundnuts or peanuts in these bags. So yeah, I thought why not? I think it's really important. You know, I always think of my grandma Lou, for people to know you can work with what you have from where you are. If I was in the city, I would be doing the same thing. I've been growing sprouts for years for pennies, which have a lot of protein. We just have to uh, learn how to prepare these things from scratch, right? They're very inexpensive. Yeah, and I'm going to share with you and demystify a lot of stuff for those folks that may be interested in going to the tropics or the city. Again, I would be doing this if I was in the city. I had a little community garden group um, in the city that my son were in. And then we composted, and I grew on the fire escape, which I'm not telling you to do legally. And I grew in jars, pots, and anything. Greetings. So I think it's important that something valuable come out of all of this drama that's going on with folks talking about escaping to the tropics. We have options. This is 2018, and Kwanzaa approacheth for those of you that celebrate the principles of any kind of forward movement of our folks. So dirt we can find, you know, maybe some folks, you can find dirt in the city. I found that at the food co-op. These are really inexpensive bags that you can grow in. I do have a link. There are different types of grow bags that people can use in the city, and now they're vertical growers for elders or seniors in a small apartment that you can use to grow stuff. So you can grow. I've grown stuff in jars in my dish rack, right? So I got all of this dirt. It is it's a meditation, and it's definitely work. Maybe later I'll share with you folks some in the garden. So I'm just moving in the spirit, and I think it's necessary, important, and valuable to just extend possibilities. Some folks, I was not a country girl or a Caribbean girl. I have half my family that grew up in the Caribbean. I was raised in the States. So a lot of us are on and on because we may not have grown up in the city or the country. So to see coconut trees, I'm looking at 2 banana trees right now that started from just like this. So it's like a little miracle to me. But I do realize that folks that are unaware, particularly young people, are being lured to the tropics under false pretenses. And I really want to encourage people to work with what you have from where you are. So hold on a second. I'm going to show you a couple of plants. And I am one to pick plants up off the street, a little nub, and start them over because it's like little miracles. So I'm going to show you. These are some of the plants I'm going to restart. These started out like as little teeny nubs. Like it was like this big. So do note, I'm not rocking these fabulous hairstyles. This is just my locks. So yeah, you see, this is the nail. The nail polish is the dirt, right? So that's practical if you're gonna be working in the garden. But anyway, this started out from here, and it looked like it was dying. And I have a huge, big bunch of aloe, a lot of aloe. And so I know in the city, I paid like for one big leaf, I paid $1, and I have that growing all the time. And many of us do grow aloe in our house. So this is Leaf of Life. This is used for bronchitis, You can put it on sores and other kinds of stuff. This grows prolifically here. Grows a lot here. So yeah. So every region, maybe okay, maybe you don't have coconut trees, but you don't get great apples here. Apples are being imported here from the States, so you can spend $1 for one apple. So all this, I just want to make this really practical, and again, I want to share something that can be valuable out of all of this negative experience. Well, we could call it negative, but I think a lot of stuff is coming to the surface for us to look at it and to make some changes in our community. This is some soursop, and this is from fruit that I ate, right? Me and my sister ate, and yeah, we just replanted it. So each one of these, which I think is amazing, especially when you consider it's a seed. Oh, here's one of the seeds right here. So yeah, each one will give you a whole tree with fruit, and you know, soursop is a big fighter for cancer. So my hookup in New York City, I had a Dominican brother that usually most of the Caribbean folks know to go get their soursop and their sugar cane from him in the States. He usually brings it in, has a stash that he gets in. But each one of these will become a tree, which I think is pretty amazing. So the plants do have an intelligence, and they can't grow any bigger than this bag. So I'm going to be growing, again, some things in these bags. And then I have a tamarind tree over there. I don't know if any Caribbean folks out there, but I have tamarind from, all this is from seeds of what I ate. So this is tamarind. So this is from the tamarind seeds that we ate. So yeah, again, I don't see all these folks that are talking all of this stuff about the tropics. I don't hear them talking about snakes or spiders, and I don't see them growing some food. This is like, I would think that would be a good example of what we want to show our folks, the possibilities of what we can do. And again, I encourage folks to work with what you have from where you are. So I don't know, this stuff is exciting to me. This may not be as entertaining for folks as all the other stuff, but something positive has to come out of all the tragedy that's going on. This is a type of sage, or some people call it a Cuban oregano, that grow, I mean, this grows so massively around, it was like covering the whole place where I was staying, but it doesn't even die quick. It's really, really sturdy. So these are some of the things that I'm going to be replanting, as well as I'm going to be planting groundnuts or peanuts in these sacks, which grows really easy. I'm going to be planting okra, sunflower seeds, and actually I was able to get sunflower seeds out of the sunflower. So all that is really exciting. So this may be slow for some folks, but yeah, it's not a whole lot of well, at least I didn't come to the tropics for a whole bunch of clubbing and all the other stuff, but just the possibility of growing food. I really want young people to know that you can have an experience if you want to in the States. You can use, I think, the internet. We can use it for something positive, to share information. But just as I was out here relaxing in the garden, I was thinking, you know, something good and positive and proactive. Something good has to come out of it. I'm a mother. I love nature. I was doing this in the city. I'm doing this here. I would do this wherever I'm going. So it's really important that we're not looking like we're missing out. Really, I just want to emphasize, start with what you have and where you are, because in the city, we have so many resources available to us. There's Wi-Fi. It's very challenging to get Wi-Fi here. You know, I don't even know if the signal is coming through clearly, but it's challenging to get Wi-Fi. You have access to books, to libraries. My sister and I and some other folks are doing a book drive here in Belize to the Garifuna. I don't know if people know about the Garifuna people in the South, but we're doing a book drive. So that's pretty exciting, because as I speak about it, more people have been donating books. So it's not drama, it's not entertaining, but it's really fulfilling. You know, I had a life before that cult, and it continues, and it feels good. There's so much that we can do with a share economy, and by share economy, you know, that's the new coin phrase. But with a share economy, you can share skills and resources. A lot of people have gym equipment. I was a professional trainer and a professional chef in the States. So many people have gym equipment they're not using. So I used to think some of my wealthy clients, you could give it to some folks that are not using it. Many folks have juicers that they're not using. Many folks have garden tools that they're not using. So instead of going out and buying it over again and again, we can have a share economy. So I'm really concerned, and I want to encourage the young people that are in their 20s, even folks in their 30s and 40s, but especially late teens and folks in their 20s, that there are plenty of possibilities. And it's easy for me to say because I have a son and I like to be practical. I don't want to be hypocritical or talk over their head. But sometimes when you're stuck in the city or you may be working in a retail job, you don't see possibilities. So something as simple as growing some food and bananas that come off a tree or growing some okra can really be a paradigm shifter in terms of possibilities. I think it's really important for us to see possibilities. So I just wanted to share that. I got a whole bunch of dirt over here. A whole lot of dirt. Bags and bags of dirt. Here, probably find somebody. I could probably get a big bag of dirt for $4 US. But there's so many. There's trade-offs wherever you go. So again, I'm just sharing this today. You can see, yeah, it's not on net here all over the place. So, you really have to appreciate what resources you have available to you. But as I was saying, I was just moving in the spirit today, and just relaxing in the garden. I really want to share with young people possibilities. You can grow food there. It's not rocket science. There's no real failure. You're going to learn every time you do something. And that it's work. It is real work. It's a lot, even to maintain a small garden. It's a lot of work, and it's very fulfilling. We're working at a whole nother pace in the States, but you can find time if you want. You can grow stuff with grow lights and pots. I was doing that in the States, and everywhere that I go, there are fruit trees. There's lots of fruit trees all around here. However, they're seasonal. You don't get they're perennial, so you don't get mangoes all year round. And then the trees need time to, just like a mother, have to heal or replenish before they bear fruit again. So I'm starting to see blossoms on some of the trees. So I know after the blossoms, then the fruit is gonna come. But there's so much resources in the States. There's gardening workshops at the Botanic Garden. I was really on my son to create your own education, without going into debt. So you have the Botanic Gardens in all the different states. There should be Botanic Gardens, which they have a program called Bugs. The urban gardening programs, you can get certificates. These are things we can encourage our children or young adults and people to go into without necessarily going broke on an education. And I know I have a vision also in coming here. I would love to see young people. There's some young women, again, that have reached out to me that want to come to the tropics. I can't take responsibility for grown adults because you are a grown adult in your 20s. However, I can, with healthy boundaries, because that is necessary, point folks in the right direction. But as I have stated before, I really want to encourage folks, to the young people that are traveling, or women and mothers that are traveling to the States, to do your homework, have a round trip ticket, have your savings, and have an idea of what you're going for. Because also there are people that live there that have to eat too. So it's a whole nother kind of economy. So I'm okay with the simple life. This is rewarding to me. This might not be fun. This might be boring to some folks. But again, I just want to emphasize possibilities for folks. And also to share just something positive and progressive. This is inexpensive, these sacks, and they do make vertical growers in sacks for people that live in small apartments that want to grow some food. I've even seen them on wheels when I was doing research with my gardening group in the States. They have vertical growers. You can even grow berries and all kinds of stuff that's on wheels so it doesn't leak on the floor. But they're designed so seniors or people in small apartments can grow food. So it's really about possibilities, so we're not being manipulated by the fear mongering, right? yeah, so there's lots to do. I mean, some people want to travel and just go, whew, mosquitoes. Yep, mosquitoes are a reality here. Mosquitoes, and people talk about chemtrails, but yes, they also have trucks that drive around, depending on where you are, to spray for mosquitoes. Maybe not so much out by the bush. So, I just want to emphasize possibilities and all the things we can do with our time. So you folks let me know. So again, I'm going to be planting, replanting some of these trees here. I got about 1, 2, 3, maybe about 10 bags of dirt to fill. So hopefully this is valuable. I'm getting this dirt, excuse me, in my nose. Getting lots of dirt in my nose. So hopefully this is valuable for folks. So yeah, you know, folks that are, you know, sisters, brothers that are single, maybe put our hands in some dirt and stop being so over sexualized, you know. Grow some food, you know, because I tell you, the garden can have you out here sweating, but it's so it's actually really relaxing. This is it's actually a lot of work, but you'll come out here for a couple of minutes, and next thing you know, you'll be out here for some hours. So that being said, also in terms of reality check for folks, yeah, it's our responsibility. Everything is not perfect to figure out how to develop our economics. Because folks are not excited about you coming here to take jobs from people in all sorts of different economies. So it's not the same. It's not the same availability of jobs here, different economies. So most likely, many people will have businesses online or do work that's online. So we have to be creative. So yeah, Babylon could be anywhere, and you can create possibilities anywhere. It's really about your perspective and what you want to be experience, and also it's trade-offs. You know, everywhere you go, there's going to be a trade-off. So you have to just decide what is it that you can that you're willing to live with. All right, so I'm just going to share. I got a lot of work to do in the garden, and I just wanted to share a positive vibe. All right, folks. So yeah, create a great day.